All right, man. Floyd Mayweather is coming back with an exhibition in Dubai. I think they said it's February 20th. All right, let's talk about it. The opponent is to be determined. You hear it could be against the richest kid over there, teenager in Dubai. You hear it could be versus a YouTuber. Let's talk about it. Check out the Boxing News playlist and money made all day. I'm over in Dubai checking out AJ and getting cash and checks. That's what it's the money team about. So it says Floyd Mayweather Jr. announces exhibition bout on February 20th in Dubai. Shout out to Dubai. It's great over there. And it says retired superstar Floyd Mayweather Jr. announced on Friday he plans to return to the ring on February 20th in the exhibition in Dubai. Floyd, 44-year-old Mayweather continued with his exhibition bouts, which he makes a lot of money through pay-per-view. It's unclear on who Mayweather will be fighting, but it's likely to be some popular enough for him to hawk Floyd to the fight to the public. Fans aren't going to purchase the Mayweather's exhibition fights if he keeps dragging non-boxers in the ring. At this point, Mayweather's relying on his older fans to purchase his fights because the younger ones have never seen him fight a professional boxer before. Quote, big business, big business, big business, said Floyd Mayweather Jr. to the media on Friday and announcing that he plans to fight an exhibition in Dubai in 2022. In 2022, quote, 2022 in Dubai, right here, exhibition, big business, events in 2022. I'll see you guys, said the bearded 44-year-old Mayweather. Last June, he fought Logan Paul. So at the end of the day, it's not going to be none of those guys on the list, okay? The word is it's going to be a YouTuber, or I guess the richest kid, richest teenager in Dubai. Maybe he's a YouTuber, but that's the rumor. Mayweather not gonna fight nobody. That's really a threat, and one can question why he's still fighting. Okay, if you got big business, you know what I'm saying. Your money should be making money for you. Now, if he missed the sport of boxing, fine, I get it. If you missed the sport of boxing, but there's other ways to find the limelight. He launching he's launching a chain of boxing gyms. But there's other ways to make money, bro. You know what I'm saying? He could be doing 1,000 different things out there. You know, but he continued to keep fighting the ring. Maybe people say, "Well, I don't know how's cash flow looking." Well, that's his business. But we know he's grossed $1 billion in boxing. And we all know as fast as it comes, as fast as a lot of guys spending. You know what I'm saying? And we know, if a guy still boxing in the ring, a lot of times it ain't for the love of the money. All these guys coming back, Holyfield fight my man's. What was my man's name? That La Hoya was supposed to fight him, coming back fighting him and looking that bad is for the money. Nobody wants to take it. Fighting it can be an addiction, okay? Let's not say it can't be. It can be an addiction, but for him to be bragging about how much money he got in his smart business moves, why are you still taking punch? If you're making so many great smart business decisions, you know, you still shouldn't be suiting up for clown shows. That's what he's doing. He's a circus clown. He shouldn't be coming in here suiting up for circus acts. And that's the truth. He shouldn't be coming in here doing circus shows. 50 Cent already said he don't know nothing about business. You know? You gotta ask yourself, why are you going around the world still doing it's an easy way to get money? There's a lot of if you're a successful businessman, it's an easier way to get way more money. And then it's a lot of stories running around his company that they ain't paying people. Logan Paul said he ain't got paid. Now, we don't know if that's a partial payment or the back end payment or he ain't been paid at all. He made it seem like he ain't been paid at all. There's these rumors around that, around this company, allegedly, that guys are getting robbed. Just rumors. When it came to, showing proof of funds that have Shakir Stevenson signed the Mayweather Promotions, Shakir Stevenson said he never came up with the proof of funds. Come on. That's pocket change for the money team. Pocket change. Pocket change. Come on. If any of that or all that's valid, it explains why he's still fighting. Like Kobe said, came on the live show yesterday, if you missed it, he said that he had to pay taxes on some of those luxury cars. Got to register them. Got to pay taxes, apparently. Didn't know that. And on top of that, then you got to pay for insurance on all them cars. Okay? And then you think about it, you got the different houses, it's upkeep. Got to pay them. If you ain't there, you got to pay somebody to go over there to upkeep it. He's still trying to live a lifestyle as he got money coming in from Bob. Remember, Floyd was somebody who didn't have endorsements. Only endorsement I remember Floyd having vividly was Reebok. He didn't have endorsements. He wasn't doing Hennessy commercials like Pacquiao. Didn't have a deal that Pacquiao had with Nike. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't, and boxers still follow suit to that. How many boxers you see in the commercial? Last time I remember seeing one was Triple G in the Apple commercial. How many fighters you see in Gatorade commercials? They throwing WNBA players in Gatorade commercials before boxers. So the endorsements wasn't there. If you're making smart business decisions, man, your business decisions, if they truly smart and eventually will or have become lucrative, they can fund your lifestyle. But at some point, you have to downsize to a regular lifestyle. Bragging about 100 cars at 44 years old, that ain't cool. Nigga, you 50. You almost 50. You still bragging about you got 100 cars. That's nigga shit. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? He was a grandpa. Act like one. You know what I'm saying? You've seen greater men at your age and you have made a lot of money and don't have nothing to show for it. Don't be that. You don't have to continue to live up to a money team persona. Downsize. He got all them 250 PBC fighter. I'm pretty sure you can sell your cars to them and say, you know what, man? I'm gonna keep my special cars to me. I'm gonna keep a handful of them, or how many I want to keep. But I don't need this car garage. You know what I'm saying? I don't need this. He don't want to downsize. Then people say you going broke, this, that, and the third. You ain't the money team guy. Cool. They got 50. I'm 44, 40-something years. I don't have to be the money team no more. I don't have to show that I'm the money team. You don't see Basil, you know what I'm saying, doing shit like that. Elon Musk got it. Warren Buffett got it. You don't see him doing nothing like that. It's time for Floyd to end that persona if he's still fighting for a check. Now, if he's fighting for the love of boxing and he got it, okay, cool, I get it. It's a lot of guys who was addicted to taking punches. That's all they done. I get it. But all these big businesses and people that say, like urban politicians, check out my boy channel. He said we did a review a few years ago on Mayweather Strip Club, and it wasn't good. And I've heard other people drive past Lion Kill. I think he said he drove past on this Friday, Saturday night. It was closed. You know what I'm saying? If you can't make no money in the strip club business on a Friday, Saturday night, man, I gotta question your business, IQ and your business mind. He relying on other people. He don't have a business mind. Like his daddy said, all he knows is boxing. And on top of that, he's been in boxing 1,000 years and he can't run a successful promotional company. How many cars has Mayweather Promotions done this year? Or last year, excuse me. How many on tap they got this year? So how can I expect somebody who can't run a strip club on Friday, Saturday nights and bring in the money, who charge people for parking, even if you walk or take an Uber up there, they give you a cover charge for parking. Somebody who wouldn't let Puff in the club for free, and Puff was going to spend The cover charged 1,000 times over. Come on, man. He can't even run a successful boxing business. And he going on a soul circus motherfucking tour. Fighting for the Saudis and fighting for the Japanese and all that, this, that, and third, man. He said, well, I call it fight Logan Paul. I call it entertainment. It's only entertainment, people. Come on. Entertainment, man. Nigga need a check, 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 check. My Meek Mill voice. These niggas make all that money and retire and still taking punches. And I apologize if I'm wrong, if it's just an addiction to fighting or him trying to remain relevant. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But from everything that's adding up, homeboy makes noise. Getting his check, bro. How you expect him to make smart business deals? They can't even run a boxing business. He been boxing his whole life. He dealt with the most famous and most lucrative promoter in Bob Arum. You know, still, and then De La Hoya too. Even though De La Hoya getting them boys paid over there, De La Hoya can't run a successful boxing business. He had one job to do, and that was keep Canelo happy. Couldn't do it. So these dudes trying to emulate what Bob Arum doing and still struggling to do so. And how do you do what Bob Arum do? You get a guy like Richard Schaefer, and you still one of his matchmakers to show y'all how to matchmake fights. They had the highest boxing IQ PBC for Floyd Mayweather. They had one of the best businessmen out there, Al Heyman. They showed and messed up this whole thing with bad matchmaking and throwing money into fight. Floyd has complained about the money that he has to pay or Al has to pay the fighters. You know, he's complained about it. So like I said before, they got a whole company where they don't even, even Oscar De La Hoya, it's not running successfully. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I'm not saying Bob Arum's it's the most successful company out there, which he probably still is, but they still fumbling the bag. They still giving money away, and even though they pay, allegedly they supposed to pay the money they borrowed back. Cool, but is it successful? And De La Hoya is not successful from a car output standpoint and from superstar standpoint, and neither Mayweather Promotions and neither is PBC. They're being blamed for the downfall of boxing. And Floyd and Oscar De La Hoya both came from Bob Arum, and they both ushered in. De La Hoya was the first to usher in an era where the boxers are becoming promoters. We are going to run. We're going to show the promoters how to do. We're going to get these fighters paid, and it hasn't worked out. You gave the fighters power, and now the fighters don't want to fight. Now they only want to fight once, twice a year because y'all ain't got the dates. And if you had the dates, these dudes still fight once or twice a year. Now they getting overpaid. And if you put a gun in their head or you gave them some truth serum, they'll tell you the truth. That this has been a whole disaster. The way Bob Arum ran it is the way it should have been run. They become the same thing that they hated. It's kind of like when Anakin Skywalker turned into Darth Vader. Yes, I'm a Star Wars nut. I'm never backed away from it. In the hood, I would tell people, call me what you want to call me, but don't call me for fronts. Bar. Shout out to Player Circle Dollar Boy. I don't care. They sit there and complain about Bob Arum and on God. These dudes doing the same thing. A gun in the mask that equal cash. My Juicy J. They robbing their fighters too. They probably making more than the fighters too. Or that's their ambitions. My ambitions just right up. Come on, man. How you complain about something to do? How I complain about you being with, oh man, look, cause he with Buck T, Sheila, mine. Hell no. Hoping y'all break up. I get with Buck T, Sheila. I get that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You can't trust what they doing, man. Come on, man. Act like he on your side, but really with the ops. That's what he do. That's what him and Oscar doing, and they not doing it successfully. And they're they are indicative. They're indicative of what's going on in boxing. They're the ones who people say, who destroy boxing them. Now, did Bob Arum have a hand in it? Yes. He didn't want to work with Al. He was mad that Al was getting more money. He was mad that Al was getting more money for his fighters, most mostly Birdo, on HBO than Bob got to his fighter. He started to break up. And Al got mad. Eddie Hearn finessed him on some belts and then ran off with Joshua and didn't want to make the water fight. You know what? You chucked them up as L's. When you in position, you finesse him. You feel me? Well, they whole bandana's not working. If they work with each other, they have enough fight days and they have enough capital, the fighters, to make the best fights out there and the best cards out there. But everybody, Al Heyman mad that they finessed them. Bob and Eddie work together, but they always shot Stone. Instead of saying, you know what, in business, the personal shit lead the door. Sometimes he creep in there, but you know how many of these businessmen, somebody done hit on their secretary, took their wife, or they have vendettas outside of business, but they got to go in that boardroom and they got to hash it out. You know what I'm saying? We know what a white collar top the guy's all about. It's not compassion because it's not personal. When I got to lay off of 20,000 workers or 10,000 or 1,000 or 500 workers and tell them you're going to be laid off by spring, you know what? It's a business. It's not personal. And this is a business. And they have to leave their personal vendettas at the floor. And if they have personal vendettas against Bob, against Eddie, against Al, against Oscar, against ESPN, against The Zone, against Showtime, Fox, whatever it may be, Sky, BT, you know what I'm saying? If I have personal vendettas, where does it stop? If a fighter say something to me like Gary Russell said about Mayweather to Fred, where he said that, you know what I'm saying, called him all the types of stuff, of course it's going to be personal. When you let the infectious things as personal get in between business, it knows no boundaries. So now it became personal with Mickey Bay. It become personal with Gary Russell. That's one thing about Bob. His fighter can say what the hell they want to say about him. Bob say what he want. It's never personal. Only time they start to go off on the shelf is when the contract ends. He wants you to sign the contract, just so he can make your last fight on the contract faster. He wants you to sign the contract, or if you don't, he gonna hold your last fight against you. You got to fight in court. He wants you to sign it so you get your extension. That's when it get personal for Bob, and Bob do let some guys walk. Crawford just walked. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He did try to keep him, but he did walk. Didn't have no legal bounce there. You know what I'm saying? But when you start that personal, if you think the personal business between those guys I name and that run the Zone and ESPN, Top Rank, Fox, and PBC, and all that, they got personal issues. You a damn fool if you think it don't trickle down to the fighters. In the one company that it trickled down to the fighters with is PBC. You had Admo Williams say some crazy shit about Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn never stopped him. He like, go get help. Got a fight that Eddie Hearn don't take it personal. The ones that take it personal was PBC. When they found out you leaked something, you found out you said something, they're going to do their best to shelf you. Come on. They the ones that don't know how to separate business from personal. You know what I'm saying? If you're a lucrative commodity and you do something or say something they don't like, they will shelf you. No matter how lucrative you are or how much they can monetize or make money off of you. They don't know how to run business, and they the biggest black hole in Boston. I hate to say that about a black business or entity, whatever you want to call it. But everybody operate on the business aspect except for them. And it's ways to do things. It's ways to get back at people. But they don't know how to operate on the business frequency, bro. But hey, that's all I got, man. Check out the Box News playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, comment. Next to the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. Appreciate you guys who that's the best way to donate. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, call, response, your video question, you want to chop it up. All my social media subscription, Twitter's a fast way, and Facebook and Instagram. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313 or $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. Roll at the bottom of the screen is in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Appreciate everybody holding me down financially. Like whoa, goes a long way to support the channel. Appreciate the love support. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV, and don't forget check out my other channel right here on YouTube, Motor City Sports Talk for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. Appreciate the love support. One time for the one time. Peace and check out Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0 just in case.